What's up, you guys? How you doing today? So today we're going to talk about something completely different. Today, this video is going to be more about you guys. This video is going to be about how I've been getting loads of comments for as long as I've been making YouTube videos, for as long as I've been streaming Warframe on Twitch. I have been getting the same kind of repetitive thing that even I felt when I was new to the game. And this is really for the newer players' point of view. Veterans, if you're out there, I would love to hear your input and know how you feel about this. And myself now as a veteran, at least on 2 of the 3 platforms that I've started Warframe over on, I kind of don't care anymore because I've achieved it, because I've gotten there, you know? But at the same time, I'm not about to forget that the struggle was real in the beginning, that it sucked really, really hard to have to learn, you know, everything that I had to learn to be able to get this so easily now in the game. You know, for me to learn what I had to do to be able to get, let's say, and this is about Warframe slots, it's about weapon slots, it's about the color palette. Like, when you're brand new to the game and you only start off with 2 Warframe slots, you know, 10 to 12 weapon slots, and then a column of a color palette, you kind of feel like you're getting taken advantage of. And I understand that this is like a free-to-play game and all that sort of stuff, and I'm going to try to cover a lot of points of view here, but, you know, I literally have spent the last 2 hours trying to just make this video correctly, to kind of get my words out in a way, and it's really not the easiest thing, because I don't want you guys to think that I have a problem with DE. I don't. I love DE. They're great. I don't want you guys to think that I'm not representing you. I wouldn't have put all this time into all those other videos. That I'm probably up to like my 15th go-around now, where I've talked for anywhere between like 10 to 15 minutes each recording. And it's like, I just can't feel like I'm getting it out right. But I'm saying all this now, and I'm going to let this one fly, because I think maybe I just needed to get that out. So you guys understand that there's just a lot of things to talk about in this video that I keep trailing off, because I think you guys have a lot of great points, and I keep trying to cover those. And at the same time, I think DE's not necessarily the bad guy in this scenario, and I keep trying to cover those points as well. And that's why I feel like this is such a hard video to make, because I'm just trying to be neutral. More than anything, I'm just trying to help you guys understand that there are things you can do to get DE's attention, to maybe have your concerns addressed with the Warframe slots, the weapon slots, the color palettes. And I'll just get into that right now. So first of all, a lot of you guys are under the impression that myself as a Warframe partner, that I can just pick up the red bat phone. I can call the commissioner and I can be like, yo, they're not happy about the Warframe slots, weapon slots, and color palettes. You're gonna have to change that. Click. Like, it doesn't work like that. I'm only one person, and even though I'm representing, you know, the entire community here, 50,000 plus on YouTube, 30,000 plus on Twitch, that doesn't necessarily mean that DE is going to take me as one individual seriously. You know, like, if you guys want to see this stuff change, they're going to have to see you guys actually caring enough to go to the forums, to go to Reddit, to leave comments in these videos, and just let them know how you feel. And leaving comments in this video, they don't read my they don't check up on my videos on a daily basis. They don't scroll through the comments and read every one of them. Like, that's not... You guys honestly would have a better effect in getting yourselves heard if you went to the forums, if you went to Reddit, and you did it in masses. And the purpose of me making this video is not to kind of send you guys away, but to get the ball rolling, to get this thing started, to like kick this off, because from somebody that's had to start this game over again 3 times, I know where you guys are coming from. I think, like, I'm super into the fashion in this game, but every time I start the game over again, I have nothing. I have 1 column of a color palette that does absolutely nothing for me, because I personally hate every one of those colors in that damn column. And it's probably not because I actually hate the colors, but just because of what it represents. And it just feels like that column is just the middle finger of DE's hand saying, you're gonna have to work for this stuff. We're not giving it to you for free. And it's color. It's totally, I feel you guys on that. It's totally color. It's just, it should be something that we should get. And then from DE's point of view, just when you guys are making comments and you're leaving them in the forums, when you're doing all that sort of stuff, toxicity is not going to fly. If you guys are like, oh, F you DE, you don't care about us, F you, you know, Neo, or F you, whatever, like, that's not constructive. Like, I don't care when you guys say that to me. It's really just ineffective. It makes you look weak and pathetic. So don't leave comments like that. I'm trying to help you guys get your points across, and if you can't see that, you don't belong here. Like, you don't belong in my community. But like, I'm trying to do this in a way that it kind of like wakes you up a little bit, you know, like for those of you guys that leave those kind of comments, like it does nothing to me. It's absolutely nothing to me. And it's just a waste of time. Like people read your comments when they're nasty, and then it reflects you, and that's what they see. You know, they see a nasty person. They don't see your point. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is be constructive. Make a point. Like, your points matter. If you're constructive and you make a good point, go to the forums, go to Reddit, leave good points. Like, let them know how you feel. What I'm suggesting here for the Warframe slots, the weapon slots, the color palettes, is like, be constructive. DE is very busy, and that doesn't mean they don't care about us. They're busy because they care about us. They're busy because they're trying to add bigger, better things to this game than we've ever seen before, and now it's like we're trying to bring up this old topic. And I feel like I have a good reason to bring up this old topic. Let's take a look for a second and just look at this, right? When I started playing this game, it had already been out for like 2 years-ish. And at that moment, there wasn't more than 20 Warframes in the game, and there definitely wasn't more than like 250 weapons in the game. We've almost doubled that in weapons, and we've definitely doubled that in Warframes. And I know it says 431 here, but any of you guys that are founders, any of you guys that have had this for longer than a year, you're probably going to have a bigger number then, because, like, the Dex, for example, I don't necessarily understand why the Dex is showing up, but the other Dex weapons aren't showing up, but that's kind of like a once-a-year thing. They'll bring those back, I think it's going to be next month, around March. You know, the more Dex weapons will pop up, so this will actually gain more weapons. I definitely haven't been around on PC long enough, which is the account I'm showing you guys now, to show all the other weapons from other events that have been out into the game, so there's definitely still some there that are missing. And if you're a founder, you already know that there are weapons that you have that we don't because you're a founder, so that's even more weapons in the game. The point I'm getting at is that we've nearly doubled the amount of weapons in this game over the last 3 years I've been playing it. We've nearly doubled the amount of Warframes in the last 3 years that I've been playing it, yet the amount of Warframe starting slots we're allowed to have hasn't doubled. The amount of weapon slots we wind up starting with, that has not doubled. And the color palette has just always been the most irritating thing in the world to me. That, if I want to play this game and I want to support it because my perspective is, let's say I'm only playing this game because of its cosmetic, thing, because of its fashion, because of the art, why do I have to grind all this out? If I just want one color palette, one thing, I don't feel like you're breaking the bank, DE, for just finally giving us one color palette. I don't feel like you'd be breaking the bank, for giving us, more Warframe slots or more weapon slots. And this is coming from somebody like, I don't need this anymore. Like, this isn't me, now. This is me representing everybody and myself when I was brand new. That's where this is coming from. Like, it almost blows my mind that, like, we only have 2 Warframe slots in all of all the frames in the game. Like, are you really going to take that big of a hit, DE? Like, you give us a couple more Warframes, you really feel like, oh, well, we're not going to be able to make Warframe content anymore because we made the wrong business move, and now they've got a full color palette. Now they've got 20 weapon slots, 24 weapon slots. Now they've got 4 Warframe slots instead of 2. Oh, we've gone bankrupt because we gave them that little bit extra, that little bit more. For the brand new people that get involved in the game. You're really going to go broke over that? Because I really would just, in any way you want to cut it, I'm just going to look at you like you're absolutely full of crap on that one. And I don't mean to, attack you, per se. I know you do a lot for us. I appreciate everything you do for the community and all that stuff. And I know you guys are working hard and all that sort of stuff. This is, in a way, it's old news, but the fact that, everything is doubling and our other stuff hasn't doubled yet, like the Warframe slots, the weapon slots, that hasn't doubled. I think it deserves to become new news again. Especially because it never stopped being news in my comments. It never stopped being news in my streams. This is just what brand new players, this is how they feel. Like, this is what's going on with that. And I feel like you already have so much invested in this game, so much to do. There's so much going on that they wouldn't even notice. And I mean that in a positive way. Like, they wouldn't even notice if you gave us the color palette. They wouldn't even notice if you gave us the Warframe slots, the weapon slots. I feel like it's coming out wrong. What I mean by they wouldn't even notice is, I think they wouldn't even... Not that they wouldn't notice. I do not think that would stop them from spending money on the game. When I started playing Warframe for me, I never spent money on free-to-play games. If the game was free-to-play, then it better have stuck by its word and been free-to-play. And honestly, Warframe has done that. Anything that I would need in this game to be more powerful, to mastery rank up, to, you know, like, be able to have any kind of experience in this game, I can earn all this in the game. Like, there's not... The only thing, like, that 1% of items in the game that you have to pay for, they're just cosmetics, and they do nothing for you other than make you look cool. And it's not even all the cosmetics. It's not even majority of the cosmetics. It's just, you know, like, it's like when Prime Access stuff comes out. And for those of you on console, I mean, for those of you on PC, we unfortunately have to pay for Tenogen. But fortunately, that means that we keep getting more Tenogen because we have to do that. Consoles, however, have the ability to consoles have the ability to actually farm platinum and buy stuff on, you know, like that. If you guys didn't know that. If you're on PC, you didn't know that, you know, console players can just go get Tenogen with platinum. It had to do with a lot of the legal crap between Microsoft and Sony. I promise you DE would have made it fair across all platforms had they had the ability to, but it's really, this is one of those things that's out of their hands. So in their defense, this isn't, you know, it's not their fault for that. But regardless of all that being said, there's like 1% of things in the game that don't even help you become stronger. They don't help you mastery rank up. That costs money. It's totally subjective stuff. So when I started playing, if it wasn't a free-to-play game, I wasn't gonna if it was a free-to-play game, it better have been a complete free-to-play game. And after playing this game for so long and watching what they're doing with it and the amazing things that, you know, they're making out of this game, it's gotten to the point where it's like, no, I don't ever have to give them money. I can get whatever I want in this game. But I've gotten at least 4 Prime Access packs by now. I've probably purchased Platinum for, and only my PC account. For the Xbox account that I've played on the last 3 years, that's still going to be free to play, just to prove to all you people that want to say that this game is, you have to pay it to, you know, you have to pay to win. You absolutely don't. And I have proof on my Xbox account of 3 years now that I have just about everything in the game on Xbox, and I didn't pay a single penny for that account. Same thing with PS4. I'm not spending any money on PS4, but all this stuff that I bought on PC and stuff like that, it's not because I felt obligated. It's not because I felt like I had to, or that I needed to. You literally created such a beautiful game, you made me feel like I wanted to. And the purpose of this video is to not only represent the community and get them to, you know, voice their opinion in the right place, but at the same time, for you guys to really kind of rethink about it. Like, you really, if you just give us a freaking color palette, you know, you're going to go bankrupt, or people aren't going to feel obligated to want to support you more. I mean, it's just, you guys have always done the right thing. You've always been beautiful people, and you've always cared so much about the community. And I just feel like this is one of those moments where, you know, it's just such a simple thing. Like, just, all I'm asking for, you know, for the community, all I'm asking for is more Warframe slots, more weapon slots, a color palette. Not all the color palettes, not all the weapon slots, not all the Warframe slots. Just a color palette. Just, you know, a few extra Warframe slots, a bunch of extra weapon slots. You've got 400 plus weapons in the game. You're not showing any sign of stopping here. You really think that, you know, is gonna stop people from supporting because of that? Because the point that I'm getting is the whole reason I supported in the first place was because of how much I saw you guys were doing for us. And at the same time, when I started, I completely understand, you know, the not having the color palette, the feeling like it's just a finger in our face, you know, the only being stuck with 2 Warframe slots, you know, or a few weapons, or 10 to 12 weapon slots. Like, when you see how much is in the game, when you're new and you actually start to realize, oh my god, this game is absolutely ginormous, it starts to feel like a big finger in the face, and that those free weapon slots, those free Warframe slots, and that, you know, column of a color palette really doesn't mean a damn thing because of how much other stuff you have in this game. Like, those of you guys watching the video, remember, constructive criticism, either in the forums, on Reddit, whatever it is, just be constructive. Like, if you guys have ideas or ways that you want to see this change or anything like that, let them know about it. Like, tell them about it. I'm doing my part in making this video and trying to get the ball rolling, but I'm only one person, and as one person, I'm not enough. You know, if you guys want to see real change, we have to go, you know, light up the forums, light up Reddit, and all that sort of stuff. This video is long enough. I'm pretty sure you guys get the point. I love your faces. Hopefully you guys, you know, hopefully you guys feel a little bit better about what to do about this scenario, especially if you're a newer player. Veterans, you know, voice your opinion too. How do you feel about it? You know, like, how do you feel about, like, do you remember what it was like when you started? How did you feel about that? You know, like, put yourself back into a new player's perspective, you know? Just let them know. But all that being said, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video. The next one's definitely going to be not so conversational like this one. It'll definitely be you know, like the other ones. And I miss you guys. Love you guys. I will see you guys either in stream or the next video. And I will talk to y'all later.